Are you looking up different language app reviews and you see so many different opinions and you don't know who to trust? Keep watching to learn 5 things to look for in language app reviews individually and the creators that make them. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jamie. I am a language coach and my specialty is helping online language learners find success in their language learning no matter what that looks like. Fun fact, I started out language coaching because I was posting language app reviews like I'm going to be talking about in this video, so I know what I'm talking about. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video every Wednesday. Like I said, I got started posting language app reviews, and I got started posting language app reviews because when I was looking up language apps for myself, I realized, well, what we're going to be talking about in this video, that everybody who's posting language app reviews, a lot of them tend to be there just to convince you to buy different language apps without discerning whether or not it would be good for me personally. I started posting language app reviews in 2016. That was a long time ago now. So believe me when I say that I am not new to this. So let's talk about 5 different things that I highly recommend that you look for in the language app reviews that you are researching. The first thing to think about when watching and reading different language app reviews is what experience that particular creator has with language learning. The most extreme example I can come up with to make it really, really obvious for you to understand this is when travel bloggers decide that they're going to, learn the language of the area that they're living in for that period of time, which is great, don't get me wrong. And they recommend specific language apps because those are the apps and services and resources that they're using. They will talk a lot about how they use that particular resource or service or whatever to get more confident in having conversations while they were living in that particular country. The problem with that is that they don't have any experience doing anything else to have a more informed opinion and be able to inform you about what to look for and how to decide if you would like that resource. A lot of times, people like travel bloggers, they can use this type of content to add more income to their bottom line, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but in this particular context, it's not the most helpful. It's kind of like deciding that you're gonna go to college and get a bachelor's degree, and you know somebody else who went to college and got a bachelor's degree, and so you ask them what college they went to, and then you decide to go to that college to get a bachelor's degree based only on the fact that your friend also went to that college. If we all did that with college, that would be ridiculous, and it's the same concept. So make sure you're aware of the creator that you are listening to or reading or whatever, and understand what actual experience they have with language learning and different language learning resources. And if they don't appear to have much experience and their experience is on a totally different thing, like traveling, then that's important information. The second thing to keep in mind is how creators are talking about language learning resources as a whole. And by that, I mean, if they have 5 different language app reviews, for example, what are they saying? Are they all raving about how amazing they all are and that you should definitely try out those specific app reviews? Are they saying that these are app reviews that they love and so therefore you should try them too because you will also love them based on the fact that they love them? And the same goes for language app reviews when it's all negative. Are they talking about how terrible a particular language learning resource is and that nobody should be using it, and here's why? Like either end of both extremes. Generally, of course, you'll find the first one where they're raving about how amazing a specific resource is, and that's also not helpful. Because just like the first point, if they're just constantly raving about an app or a resource, but they don't provide any like, hey, by the way, you might not like this if you want this, or if you experience this, or if you are trying to accomplish this, then it's just completely subjective and it's just their opinion, which is fine, but not necessarily the most helpful for you. A lot of the time this happens because they have affiliate commissions or they're even being sponsored by different language learning resources. Not that that is an inherently bad thing, but it can really change how a creator talks about different resources. And I'm definitely not alone in this because I talk to different language learning resources, and when I ask them if they have an affiliate program of any type where you can earn money for talking about that particular app, a lot more of them are saying, no, we don't want to offer affiliate relationships because we want an objective review. We don't want you to rave and be so excited about our resource if that's not genuinely how you feel, because we don't want you to tell people to use our resource if they shouldn't actually be using it. Over my years of creating language app reviews, I've definitely found that there is a huge difference between resources that offer affiliate relationships, but it's pretty reasonable, and language apps that offer really huge affiliate commissions like $50, $60 because the resource itself isn't actually particularly good. And yet people are posting app reviews of those resources and being so excited and so happy about how amazing this app is, when in reality it's not. They either don't know what makes a good app or they don't care because they want to make a lot of money. It is unfortunately a trap that a lot of creators can fall into, because sometimes it is hard to earn money, and so when it's easy enough to convince somebody to click a link and create an account or buy the product or whatever it is, and you get $60, I mean, it's hard to ignore. The third thing to keep in mind is when it comes to the flaws that a creator is talking about. What is the reasoning behind those flaws? Nothing is perfect, so I am 100% for acknowledging the things that any resource is not good at. But the question is why that creator thinks those things are bad. So for example, if we go into an app review and it says that things are boring, annoying, frustrating, just blanket subjective statements that are 100% that creator's opinion. What's boring to me might not be boring to you. What's really fascinating and interesting to me may not be fascinating and interesting to you. There's a difference between those kinds of flaws and flaws like, I want to be able to learn how to spell the words, and this resource doesn't make it easy for me to practice that particular skill. With that example, if it's something that's important to you, then that is important information to have. But if it's important to me and not to you, you can say, oh, that's fine, I don't mind that because I don't need that. And it helps you to understand if that resource can genuinely be beneficial to you, and if the flaws that you can find are going to be a real hindrance to you, or if it doesn't really matter. Obviously, mentioning things like personal preferences and personal experiences and personal opinions, these aren't bad, they're perfectly okay, but when those things are what drives their opinion of a certain language learning resource, then maybe you should be looking somewhere else to be able to make an objective decision. It's like deciding where you want to get your news. Are you going to find like the center most objective news resource that you can find to understand what's going on in the world? Or are you going to go somewhere that's completely subjective and very, very biased and likely to reinforce certain opinions that you already have? Are you able to make an opinion of your own that will help you to make decisions that will actually benefit your language learning? Or are you just kind of following what somebody else is saying? Have you noticed any of these things so far in your search for language app reviews? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you see the most. The fourth thing to keep in mind about language app reviews is whether or not the app reviews function as a review of the app themselves, or is it kind of a way for the creator to advertise something else? Again, while it is okay to mention a different resource or, things like that, what is the purpose behind that app review? Is the app review saying, oh, this is a perfectly fine app, but it doesn't do this, and this, but mine does, so you should buy my app because it solves all of these problems that I'm mentioning? Or is it saying, I really do like this app, these are the things that it could do better, or it's not really helpful for, but it's okay, and if you're looking for these things, here's an alternative that you might actually like that's kind of related to this app, but it doesn't do that particular thing, or it does do that particular thing. Are they trying to get you to buy their language learning app, or are they trying to genuinely help you to understand what you're looking for? And the last thing to look for when it comes to language app reviews is, does the creator compare that particular app with other apps in the market, in the industry, that you can also download, buy, use, whatever? and compare the two, contrast the two, say what one app does better, one app does worse, whatever it is. Because the thing is, somebody who doesn't understand what it's like to learn a language online and use all these different resources, they might not be the most helpful when it comes to finding something that works for you. If they don't understand what else is available, it's harder to direct you to something that might be more beneficial to you. Can they make recommendations of things that a particular app could do better based on what they see other apps doing? Or can they say, wow, this app does this really, really well, which is really, really great because other apps don't do this. It's all about helping you make an objective decision that will work for you in your language learning. If this approach resonates to you, I am really, really excited to share this with you because, as I said, I have been creating language app reviews since 2016. That was a long time ago. Over those years, I've been able to talk with different language learners and experience language apps myself and, make observations about my own language learning. Big thing that's been happening though is that for years, language learners have been asking me what app I can recommend for a specific language. And so for many of those years, I've wanted to create some sort of search function for my language app reviews to help people make objective decisions for their own language learning that will actually benefit them and not me. That is why I am so happy to announce my language app search. You can click the link below to check it out. It's on my website where you can basically look for any language app that'll work for you based on the language that you want to learn, your level, the level you want to be, the skills that you really want to improve upon, and the objective differences between these different options so that you can make a decision for yourself that'll work for you. You can compare and contrast all the apps out there that could potentially get you to where you want to be in your language learning. So click the link below in the description to see that search for yourself and to play around with it. And if you like this video, I highly recommend you check out these videos next. Otherwise, have a wonderful day and I will see you next time. Shout out to all my fellow fans, fans, whatever.